And what's up, everybody? This is Life.
What it do, y'all? It's your boy Swallow.
And this is Adrian.
And this is Just Do the Damn Thing podcast.
Do the damn thing, do the damn thing, yeah. Do the damn thing, do the damn thing, yeah. Do the damn thing, do my damn thing. I'ma do my damn thing. I'ma do my damn thing.
What's up, everybody? We're about to go right into the product of the week. The product of the week is the classic OMG logo tee black. Used to be $30.99 and now it's $26.99. So you can go to theomgbrand.com, hit the store, and just do the damn thing.
All right. How's everybody doing today? Thank you guys for tapping in with us for the 31st edition of the Just Do the Damn Thing Live. Today's episode, we got a question for you guys. If you could implement one law universally, meaning it's a law everybody in the world has to follow, what would it be? Do you guys have anything on that? I know you said you had something you want to talk about.
I had questions.
Right.
So, we were asking, is a law, when you say universally, does that mean you do it like instinctually, like breathing? Mm-hmm. Or it's a law like on the books that someone is monitoring or can prosecute you for not for breaking?
Oh, right. Like if you break this law, like you're going to go to prison or something like
Exactly.
that.
So
yeah.
is it a law
or
that
is it
we
just second nature?
Yeah.
Right. It's second nature. I guess if you don't follow this law in this society, you would be shunned in a sense by that society because they would see that you're not upholding your end on that. You know what I mean? So I guess that's what the consequence of not following the law.
But it's not instinctual. It's not like something it's not like breathing where you just do it automatically.
Well, technically, yes, because it's a law that's in place at all times. So I guess I could say yes to that question.
But it's not forced, is what I'm saying.
But it's not forced.
That's what I mean.
But yeah, exactly. It's like breathing instinctually, second nature. It's not forced, but what the repercussion would be is that society and that group that you're in, you're going to be shunned and like you'll probably be isolated and be on your own eventually because you're not following the law.
Okay. I think that helps clears it up because I wanted to make sure because I was like.
Because I was thinking of it being like, it's like a God law where like God is intervening where if anybody tries to do that particular thing, they can't because it's instinctual, it's not free will. Like it's a law to where, if thou shalt not kill, they have no instinctual thing to even think about killing somebody.
Oh, okay. No, it's not.
Okay. That clears it up a little bit more because anyway, that clears it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I get you. So it's not like you say because it's like you'd be shunned. So there's not like a law on the books necessarily.
Yeah.
That like a cop can arrest you.
Right.
But it's like it's frowned upon if you don't follow.
Yeah.
In society. So society. So the culture, it's like a culture thing. So the culture of that particular law, because usually culture trumps law.
Right.
And that's what this guy named Dr. Ritchie says a lot, where if your culture is pushing that, where most 99% of the people that live in that particular culture, they will actually just do it instinctually because it's pushed. Everybody talks about it. Everybody's showing that that's the law. Everyone's saying, these are the things that we follow. It's on TV everywhere. It's pushed every single where to where ingrained in our minds to think that that's one of those things that we,
and that's exactly
as a culture,
what it would be.
Got it.
Got it. Exactly.
Got it. That'd be dope.
Who wants to go first? You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
So what is the one law that you would implement universally if you could?
So for me, I think it would be you can't have any prejudice or racism actions.
Okay.
I wish I can go even to thoughts, but more of action. But
because you can't. You
can't control how people think. But you cannot implement action on racism or prejudice. You still have to treat every single person as the same type of human being. If we can get rid of the word racism, that would be even better.
Then I have a couple questions. Are you eliminating race as a whole? Or are you saying the idea of racism. So we still
I
think
think
of
that-
ourselves as being different races and cultures
I think
as a part of the human
I think
race.
the nationality would be more of a thing that we should be talking about, or where somebody is originally from, and that could be anywhere.
Not-
that could be
and
a
that-
state.
not
That
based
could
on
be
color.
a city. That could be whatever. But it's not based off of color. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's kind of how I feel about that.
and then
'Cause we
prejudice
should
can
be.
go into sexuality and stuff. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but yeah, it can go into sexual
Yeah,
orientation.
exactly.
and-
Prejudice can go into sexual
Lifestyle choice.
preference
Well,
and to
prejudice,
anything.
like,
It
you can
engulfs
pretty much-
everything.
Yeah, everything.
So even if it's national, it goes into nationality. So even if someone's from a different place, you can't be prejudiced to that particular place just because they're from that place. Like everybody has to treat each like that whole concept of thinking like this person is less than just because they're this or that.
Okay.
Okay, well then, so to that prejudice thing, I have a question then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, I know Adrian. She's a known pocket picker. She's been arrested many times. You know, just petty crimes like that, in and out of jail. And she's coming my way. I'm walking down the street. I got my purse on. If I tuck my purse in a little bit, I just committed some prejudice against her because I know that she's known for picking pockets. Did I just break the law?
That's not. I don't even think that's necessarily prejudice.
That's exactly
I
what
guess.
it
I guess
is.
it is
It is
prejudging.
prejudice.
Prejudging.
Because you never know, somebody
'Cause,
can always change. People
Exactly.
are
Like,
capable
Yes,
of
I
change.
for
haven't
me-
met her since the last
for
time.
me,
She
for
might have-
me, for me, I give everybody
benefit of the doubt.
a chance regardless of their past. So I would think that's kind of I guess you could say that's prejudice.
So I just broke
you
the
just
law
broke
right
the law.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you give everybody a benefit of the
Yeah,
doubt.
Yeah. You see that? You
Because
see now with-
technically, she already broke the law. You know, she broke the law,
Right.
And it's like she did her time for it, and she continued to do it. Then, if she tried to do it, because in that type of realm, she'll more likely just go right back to jail anyway. Like she won't be.
That
right.
would be so difficult because you're opening yourself up to have to be super vulnerable.
That's
You're
what I
basically
think.
saying guards down all the time because
Yeah.
I have to always assume the better
Prejudice
in that
kind
person.
of saves us. It's like an instinctual thing. That's what I'm saying. When
But
you
think of
engulf
it-
all of prejudice, like you can be prejudiced literally against anything.
But think of it as a higher thing. So, like, if people weren't prejudiced and people can be themselves, we would have less people having to guard themselves.
But
Because
sometimes people being themselves is bad. I'm saying
No,
sometimes
but
a person
again,
is a bad person.
Again, that's one of those things where yes, they could be a bad person, but most of the time, if we have, like we just said, if this is a culture thing, and we have a culture of not that particular being prejudiced or whatever, and not being racist, it would kind of people that break the law consistently or do things that are not.
So are you implying that not being prejudiced would make everybody perfect?
Not being prejudiced, not
just
necessarily
naturally?
perfect, but I think it would definitely get people on a different, higher plane of thinking.
Yeah, I
Because
think it
because
definitely
right now
makes sense.
because right now we're unsocial a lot of the time because we're prejudiced and because
Yeah.
of racism. So
But
now,
would you say that that's because human instinct tells you to protect yourself from people
but that's
who
again
could be bad?
yeah,
You know
but
what I
again,
mean?
but that's
Or
culture.
are bad.
Again, that's culture. So if the culture is everybody can
Well,
be
that's instinct.
yeah, instinct. But if the culture, but instinct is not. I don't think that's instinct to me. I think that we push that on each other.
Survival of the fittest is instinct. You do that because animal nature tells you you have to protect yourself and your family. So you do that not because
If
you're
that was
prejudiced, but you're saying, like he said, like for example,
But again-
like one of my
but
biggest
is it-
fears is somebody getting hold of Denise and it's a pedophile or something. If I know that person's a pedophile, I'm sorry, I'm not bringing them around my child. Like they could be changed.
Right. So in that situation,
That
if you
situation,
break the
could be
law-
that
changed.
situation
But-
is kind of different.
But I
Right.
have to
That's-
protect
that's-
my child. I
Right.
mean, you might be a different human being now.
Exactly. But you don't know that.
I don't know if you're because I don't know your train of thought. What
Right.
if that in you turns back on people who do drugs like relapse a lot, you know what I mean? And it's a mental health thing. So it's not anything against
Okay,
you
what about-
personally.
what about-
It's against the actions that you used to do, and I can't chance
What
my
about
child.
okay? What
being
about
Right.
what
hurt by
about
that.
me actually saying this a little bit more precise? Someone can't judge someone just because of where they're from or their skin color.
Okay, so that's just racism.
That's
Pretty much.
technically just racism. Like instead of doing like being prejudging because of someone, and I would also say you can't prejudge someone just because of their religion.
Right. Okay, dope. Yeah, unless they like worship Satan, then
Yeah,
at that point,
or evil
even
religion.
then,
Well, what if it's an
Satan,
evil
okay.
religion of killing people? They have religions like that. People can,
I
I mean,
wouldn't
especially in our
prejudge-
country, you can have whatever
again-
religion you want. People have religions where they're like, we are serial killer religions. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
And I'm
possible.
judging. I'm sorry.
I'm positive. Yeah, that's kind of far fetched, but that's out there.
But I'm
and I
saying,
don't think
you
that's
have to think about
even a thing. Because even the people that are Satanists don't actually.
Not all of them.
Most of the people that say they worship Satan don't really do anything. A lot of them don't even do anything bad. I know Satanists.
There's a lot of them that do.
And there's people that are God fearing that do horrible things.
Yeah, true.
So. So we're going to be judging them too, you know.
But I get what you're saying. At the core of it all, you want to say people shouldn't judge other people based on. We don't even want to base on the past actions because, like you said, people can change and or where they're from, or their skin color, or what religion they practice.
Yeah.
But we also have to say, I'm not judging you, but I am going to protect myself and my family if your lifestyle is harmful to others.
Right. See,
That's where it kind of like it's like a
sticky,
gray
there's so
line.
much
Yeah,
There's
there's
a lot,
parameter
there's
there.
a lot
You know
that
what I
goes
mean?
into it. So it's very.
At the end of the
you
day,
have to
we're
break that
animalistic. We're
down.
gonna survival of the fittest. I'm gonna
Yeah,
protect
but
my family.
here's the
That's
thing,
what that
though.
means.
Here's the thing, though. If that's the case, if it's always survival of the fittest, we wouldn't be saving any other person. Like firefighters wouldn't be firefighters. They wouldn't really be running into buildings.
No, that's not what I'm
But it
saying.
is
because-
instinct to save people's lives, though.
Yeah.
But how? Okay, then if it's survival of the fittest, and how can you have both of those at the same exact time?
Because that's not
Because
saying
like if
Okay.
he's not fit enough to
getting to
be
another
running out of
conversation.
We are-
no, I know,
It's
but
gonna, like,
if he's
go
not
down a
fit
rabbit
enough
hole.
to run
Yeah.
out of the burning building, that's
May
natural
not be the
selection.
case. What if they fell
Why am I
asleep?
going to have to go save him? It's survival fit.
What if they-
I'm out here.
that's not what I'm saying.
I know,
That's not
but
what I'm
that
saying.
actually to me goes.
No, that's what
goes
separates us from
into-
the animals, though. Is because
But we just said
survival of
that's
the
an
fittest
animal
is saying, okay, like you said, well, you know, you got caught up in a stampede. I gotta go. You know what I mean? But a
even
human
if-
would
even when
say,
you s- even
I
when
can
you
go
s-
in there and save that and save myself. But that's what makes us different, separates us in
But
that.
even dogs save people randomly.
I know,
So-
but I'm just saying
so
that
what's really,
thought process is what separates us in the survival of the fittest as far as animal instinct, is that we don't entirely rely on that 100% of the time. But at the end of the day, and if, like I said, a known pedophile wanted to be around my child, hell no. Like,
No,
I'm
that's-
not going to do that.
but that's-
Or a
that's
murderer or
different.
anybody.
Yeah, but
like,
to me,
but
I get
I'm
what you're
trying to
saying.
say. I'm trying to say that
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a
yeah.
total. I'm trying to say that that's a total. To me, that's a total different thinking. I don't think technically that's survival of the fittest to me. That's just my way of thinking. I'm trying to think of a higher way of thinking on that
Right.
particular.
I get what you're
instinct.
saying.
But yeah, so I do agree with what you changed it to with as far as don't judge somebody from where they're from or the color of their skin.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't agree so much with religion because I wouldn't be friends with anybody that's a Satanist. Like that's just me straight.
That's
You
just
know?
you though. So
or
you
any
can
or any
do-
religion that can be harmful to others.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, because there's people who are Muslim. I tell the kids this because we teach the history of religion. Let me make sure I preface that because a lot of parents think we teach religion and we don't. We teach the history of it. So we teach about Islam, and of course, I open up with that conversation to say not everybody who's Islamic or Muslim are terrorists any more than everybody that's a Christian is a
Muslims actually
KKK
pretty
member.
Good. There's just extreme
Exactly.
versions of
Yeah.
it.
Well, just
Yeah.
like Christians, KKK members. I mean, KKK
yeah.
members call themselves Christians. So it's like, are you a Christian and a KKK member? Are you a Catholic
It's
and a
not the
pedophile?
same
They don't
thing.
all go together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could be a bad person and practice a good religion in premise, but if you're
that's
using
why
that to be harmful, then I
Again-
guess I'm really
again-
not judging your
again-
religion. I'm judging you. in that
Exactly.
instance.
So like, if he's known to be a bad person, that's
It's nothing to do
different
with the
than-
religion.
Right.
That has nothing
I
to
get
do
what
with
you're saying.
religion.
Yeah.
Because
I still
again,
trust the Satanist. I don't
again,
think about it.
because like I know you don't, but like even me, like I know people that actually claim to be Satanists or say it out openly, and they're actually nicer than most Christians I know. So it's like.
Yeah.
Like that made me think of that particular
right,
thing.
right.
That's
I gotta
what made me
we gotta
think of
poke holes in the. We're
Yeah,
gonna probably
yeah,
poke
of course,
holes
yeah,
in
we're
all
all-
of
we're
it.
all gonna poke holes in logics in our logic, but
Because you're saying everybody got to do this, so I'm like, hey, I got questions and some more questions.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
question's
gonna
like
make-
yours too.
Okay.
which I mean, that's I guess you can almost say that's human nature, and that's the reason why we're not necessarily human nature, but it's culture to continuously think like this.
Well, that's
and
how we grow. We question.
Yeah, we question things and we try to get down to the answer and everything, but
Or what we think the answer, whatever we accept as the answer.
yeah, exactly. And everybody has a different conclusion
Yep.
on that answer. So like a lot of these things that we're talking about obviously probably will never be implemented.
Right.
You would hope
But,
so.
yeah, but these are things that we would
Hey,
hope.
I totally agree with the racism though, because I was actually thinking about that before I picked the one I picked to say, yeah, racism, that would be a good one. But then I'm thinking like, okay, am I eliminating race? Am I saying I want to go back in time and the whole construct of race doesn't exist? Or am I saying, no, just no longer people will
To me,
be.
it still doesn't exist. But that's like
Race doesn't exist?
No.
All right, guys, we're going off topic.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just-
a-
I'm
that's
just
an
saying.
off-topic-
What's
that's
yours?
an
I was just
off-topic
asking.
thing.
What's
but-
your one law
So
that
mine
you-
was always show gratitude by paying it forward.
Okay. Explain it a little more.
So basically, can I kind of piggyback off yours?
Yeah.
If we're constantly treating others in a respectful manner, or the way that we show that we're thankful, or we're blessed, or we're we have, whatever we have or don't have, is to always do something for someone else when someone does something for you.
Right.
So I got this based off of, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. I can't remember the name of it now. Gosh dang it.
A movie, you said?
There's a movie, and this little boy in his experiment, it was so good. It's such a good movie. Where his whole goal was to, it's called Pay It Forward. So he says, okay, anytime someone does something for you, instead of you doing something back for them, you go and do something for something else.
somebody else.
And then the cycle just never breaks. It just always continues that way.
Right.
And so that way, it's just kind of a thing. And I think this is already embedded in our culture. It's just sometimes I think about like randomly the Starbucks line.
Oh, yeah.
I use
wanna
that
pay
as an
for the guy
example.
behind me.
Yes. I'm like, I said on Facebook one time, I was like, who stops that? Like,
Yeah,
who's the person
right.
that says, thanks, not pay for that?
Just drive off. Peace.
Because somebody has to at some point.
Yeah.
But if they do it because there's nobody behind them, they do it and say,
Right.
well, I'm going to just take my blessing and move on. So
Right.
I'm just like, yeah. So I'm saying, like, of course, you would hope people would always do good things for others.
Right. And then,
But
so with that is like, if you do a favor, do I have to do like the exact same thing
No.
to somebody else?
no,
Okay.
just pay it forward in
Some way,
whatever
somehow,
manner. Yeah. So
whichever way I
always
can.
sow good seeds into the world back out, instead of saying, well, just thank you and move, just
Right.
take it and run, or doing it back for that person.
Would a prayer suffice?
I think so. I think it could.
A prayer, if you do something nice for me, and then I say a prayer for Joe.
Because maybe that's all you have.
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
And that's why I ask, because that is sometimes literally awesome.
yes, maybe it's like, I can't, buy you a coffee. But
Right.
it's like, I'm in the Starbucks line for somebody else. I ain't even got no money for a coffee. But, yeah, I think so. Because I think at the end of the day, your heart will speak volumes, or your intentions behind it to say, whether somebody believes a prayer would manifest or not. But if your intention and your heart behind it is, actually want something good to happen to that person,
Right.
just even the good energy itself, I'm sure does something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
hope so. I'd have to think that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. I love that one. I always, somebody does something nice to me, I try to pay it forward sometimes.
But we don't think about it a lot. It's
yeah,
not.
exactly. I'm saying I fail often, because we don't think about it.
And
a lot,
and to be honest, at the core of our being, nobody take this offense, we're selfish. At the core of our being, we're
Well,
selfish.
yeah, I mean, at the
And
at
it's
the end of the day,
not-
it's about survival.
That, like we just said. And so sometimes we don't really think like, oh, I should do something for the class. We just like, thank you, or don't even say thank you. Like somebody, like we talk about chivalry and stuff. People open the door for you, or
Right.
whatever, or just I don't hear people say bless you hardly ever when people sneeze anymore. Just stuff like that,
Right,
and you're
right.
just like, man, like, and that's not necessarily paying it forward, but you know what I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
just being polite is
Just being
like,
kind.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's starting to become more of a rarity than anything, and it's almost like we expect it, but we don't give it out. Like, oh, you didn't even say thank you when I
Oh, right.
da da
right.
da, and then it's like, but you just did that to somebody. So that's why I say that I think it should always be an instinctual thing to say, oh, I remember that person did that. Because I think that if that's the case, we wouldn't have, there's so much things we eliminate in the world, like homelessness and hunger, because you think about if you really sat down and wrote down how many times people did stuff for you, like actually tried to say like, that person opened the door, or that person let me go into the next lane on the freeway. Yeah, so think about if you had to pay back every single thing somebody did.
I'd be in debt. Like, I'd be in debt. Like, I'm still trying to pay all everybody down. Stop doing nice stuff for me.
But would there be anybody hunger or homeless on the street, or you know what I mean? Like think about if everybody had to do something for someone else, like people who are rich. They're probably going to use money, but I'm saying, how many people would be not in debt or have a place to live or just be able to eat tonight? Because you always had to do that. Like that's just, you always have to pay it forward. And people do stuff for us all the time. Like you said, it'd be a long list. So we never escape it.
Yeah, if it was a culture thing and if it was like an every single day thing and on every
single time,
every second, where people are just giving each other stuff, you would never be in debt. Actually,
nobody would be hungry. There would be any homeless. I'm saying, I think it just would be one of those things where it goes back. I think that's why it'll tie nicely with yours. Yeah, it's just everything would end, like all the hatred would end because people would always just constantly doing things for others. And it's hard to say, and this is of course my own is to say it'd be hard. People would have to accept that sometimes people are going to do it just because they are, but not because they want to. And I think that's the whole, you know what I mean? To say, okay, are they doing it because they are being made to, which is why I asked you that question earlier, or are they doing it because they should, because it's a culture thing. Right. So, that's what the whole object of free will, right? You do things out of the kindness of your heart. You love God because you love God, not because he says, you better love me or else, you know what I mean? Right. And so it's like, are you paying it forward because this is just a good thing to do, or are you paying for it? Another thing I gotta do? Yeah, exactly. You just had to open the door for me. Now I gotta do something.
Right, which is why I asked, does a prayer suffice? You know what I mean? Because if you can't, you know what I mean, then if you say genuine prayer from the heart, then I think that's good enough.
And unfortunately, you can't change intent. But I still think, even if intent is like, dang, I gotta go do this now because somebody else did it, I still think it would help. I still think, because I don't think it'd be as many of those people as it would not. Because after a while, if it's just instinctual, then it's like breathing. You just do it. You don't think about it. It's not, to you, it's not anything that's, taking up your day. I
think collectively, if all of ours were implemented, they would kind of like demolish most of the things that we're thinking about.
Hatred, stuff. Yeah, the world would be a better place.
Yeah,
definitely, 100% for sure.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, and then so mine ties in with yours very well. I think ours are like almost the same. Mine is the golden rule. Treat others the way you would want to be treated. This one just makes perfect sense to me. You know what I mean? I'm a very logical person. Like everything, I try to find the logic behind it. What makes sense? Try to get your feelings out of it. And at the end of the day, treating somebody the way you want to be treated just makes sense. Because it wouldn't make sense to treat you in a certain way that I wouldn't want to be treated. Like what
Unless
kind of
you hate
person?
Yourself.
Right. If you hate yourself, then you just kill yourself. Like
don't
what
say
I mean?
that.
No, I'm serious. You know what I mean? Like it's like it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like I don't want you to be nice to me. Don't be an ass. So I'm not gonna be an ass to you. It just makes sense. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree. And again, like I said, the poke hole in mine and yours is that, I guess my poke hole for yours is that what is the level of treatment? People have to understand that everybody's levels are different and everybody's expectations of treatment is different. So what I might see as respect for you, you might be like, oh, I agree with that. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't treat myself that way because maybe, again, culturally, I don't do that, or we don't do that. Because there's things in, like, for example, like East Asian cultures that for women and certain or men or whatever that they do that Western culture we don't. And so maybe that man or woman might see that as respectful to do whatever gesture, and I may not, because I wouldn't do that for me. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do that for me because that's not a cultural practice that I have. But I get what you're saying. Like at the end of the day, it's about respect. It's not necessarily about the action
that's the
itself.
Fundamental thing, exactly.
Yeah.
It's about the intent and the respect that's behind it. Because hopefully you would respect yourself, and you would share that forward and treat others in that same manner.
Yeah, and understand, like I said, like, that everybody's levels of whatever expectation and treatment is going to be different, and what everybody sees as respectful is different. As long as it's not disrespectful, you should take it as they're showing you respect in some kind of manner. You know what I mean? And maybe it's not how you would necessarily treat yourself, but it's how they feel that they're showing respect.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's the best way they know how.
Yeah, exactly. And just like I said, it's not necessarily about the action that occurred. It's the intent and the respect that's behind it. Because at the end of the day, I feel like everybody just wants to be loved. Everybody wants to feel like they belong.
And they matter.
That they matter, that people care about
That
them.
they're seen.
People accept them.
Yes, exactly. So treating somebody in any way else, just to me, just is mind-boggling. It just doesn't make any sense.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was a good one. Yeah. So I think, hey, treat others how you want to be treated by paying it forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think ours like tied
together. Yeah.
Tied it together.
Yeah.
The golden rule. It's in the Bible, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty much in almost every
spiritual teaching,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah. I want to
pretty
say it's
sure
in
it's in Islam
Deuteronomy
or whatever.
somewhere.
And what?
In Deuteronomy
What is
somewhere. The book of the Bible that's in.
Oh, okay, right.
golden
I know the names by Spanish. I grew up on the Spanish.
So what's Deuteronomy in Spanish?
I can't think of it right now, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But
It's in the Old Testament. It's where the Ten
It's one
Commandments
of
are.
the first ones, right? I think
It's where the Ten Commandments are.
It's the fifth book, isn't it?
Something like that. Like I said, the Ten Commandments are in
Okay.
that
Yeah,
same book.
it's pretty early in the Bible. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Anything else you guys want to add to this beautiful conversation?
No, I mean,
Stop racism.
Stop racism.
Always pay it forward and treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah, exactly. Treat yourself with respect. Treat others with respect. I think that's what we're trying to say here.
Exactly.
I think it'd make the world a better
And
place.
and obviously with mine, do it without having to judge someone just because they're black or white or whatever the color.
Yeah, exactly. Just do it out of the kindness and the love of your heart.
Exactly.
That's what we're saying.
Yep.
Perfect, guys. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. Do we have it set up? The Today I Learned?
Let's go to it. Everybody knows that this is
And let us know
my
what
favorite.
law
No,
you
wait.
would implement in the
What law
comments.
would you implement? Do you agree with what we said? Do you like our laws? Do you have your own? Let us know down below. Drop the comments.
Yes, sir. Let's go to this. Today I learned.
Today I learned, guys. What did we learn today?
'Cause I think every single day you should learn something. So let's go ahead and go for it.
I'll take the first one.
Let's do it.
Today I learned that Amish farms are the most profitable farms in the U.S. despite being small, having no mechanization and only working an average of 920 hours a year.
Wow.
I thought it was going to give me more. I want to know why they're more profitable.
Yeah,
a
especially
good
because they have
question.
no.
Do they just like straight up just charge more for their product or something? Like
That's a really good
it's
question.
Maybe it's
from an
organic.
Amish farm.
It might be organic because organic automatically costs more, and I would assume that they're very organic when it comes to their practices.
Sure. I would agree
Practices.
with that too.
That is probably very true.
But 920 hours a year is nothing. That's not a lot at all.
Yeah, no, it's not. I low-key wish I had the article. Let me know. You just can't give me a cliffhanger like this. I want to know why they're so damn profitable. Like, what are they doing?
Sounds like you gotta do some homework.
Maybe I need
man.
an Amish farm. You know what I'm saying?
All right, what's the
All
next
right,
one?
let's go for it.
Today I learned that the dragonfly is arguably the world's greatest predator to ever exist, having a success rate of up to 97% compared to African lions at 30%, and having no major evolutionary morphology change for around 320 million years, making it one of the most evolutionary successful animals ever. Wow.
Is it animal though or insect? Or does it matter?
It's an insect, but
Alright.
they're just
Animal
talking-
kingdom.
Yeah, animal kingdom. Yeah,
Yeah.
part of the animal kingdom.
Wow.
Okay, so does that mean that lion is in second place?
30% success rate. You
or
would
just
think
wants to
not.
compare it to lion because everybody thinks that a
Yeah,
lion.
because lion is
Lion
what it's
is
called,
king of the
alpha
jungle.
predator or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Alpha
the king
predator.
of the
The king of the,
jungle.
they're called the king of the jungle.
Yeah.
Alpha
Is
predator.
Is it called alpha predator or something predator? Like where they don't have a natural they don't have
things that hunt them.
Yeah, they don't have they're
okay. Apex predator.
apex predator. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what it's
I
called.
think that's where apex.
Yeah,
because they're at the
that's
top.
Which is I think that's
Yeah.
why they use lions because they are apex
Right.
predators.
Damn, dragonflies are vicious. 97%.
Man,
I like
that's
that.
the only
I
reason
didn't
why
know
I kinda-
dragonflies I've
were
seen
predators?
it.
Me either.
They're
Like,
predators of other insects.
yeah. So
So
who feasts on dragonflies? Birds?
birds, yeah.
Probably, huh?
Yeah.
Birds.
They don't hurt humans though, at least as far as I know.
Yeah,
they
no, I
don't.
No,
never
they
got
don't. Dragonflies
bit
don't
by
really
a
even.
dragonfly.
They don't even
I've
really
seen
come
so
by
many
you
of them in elementary
necessarily.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How come there's no sports teams named after dragonflies?
Damn.
So, I mean, they're predators. They're vicious. They're efficient. Like
Probably because people don't know that.
they're
Is there any-
dragonflies.
now that I think about it, is there any football teams that have insects as their?
We're the ants.
The ants. Ants are strong.
They're strong as
they
hell.
work together.
And
They're
basketball,
always in
yes.
unison. Oh,
Right, the Hornets, the
Oh,
basketball.
Hornets.
the
Oh,
Hornets.
yeah, the
But
Hornets.
that's basketball,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
football.
yeah.
I can't think of anybody in football.
Yeah,
Hornets.
no.
I think that's the
Hornets. I
only
think
one.
they should change the name to the dragonflies.
Man, because obviously they be killing.
Yeah, dragonflies will kill hornets.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Hey, that's a good slogan. They be killing. There you go. Look, there
They
you go.
be okay. Yeah, I
Let's go
like
to the
that.
next one. Today I learned after her death, Mercy Brown's heart and liver were burned, and the ashes mixed into a tonic that was given to her sick brother to drink. Her father believed that she was a vampire and that the tonic would cure the brother of tuberculosis. It didn't. He died 2 months later.
Who is she? Who's Mercy Brown?
I don't really know who Mercy Brown is. I
I'm
just
gonna
thought
look
this.
this up on my
Go
phone
ahead and
real
look that
quick.
up real quick because I don't really know who this is.
Why?
Mercy Brown.
But it's funny.
Why
to
did he
think
drink that?
it was
Why
a-
did her dad think she was a vampire?
That's what I want to
It's like,
know.
you know, my kid's a vampire. You know your sister's a vampire, so just go ahead and drink this tonic. You'll be all
Exactly.
right.
If
She
she was
did-
a
she didn't
vampire, she
age or
wouldn't have
whatever.
Uh,
died.
True story.
Facts. She wouldn't have tuberculosis.
I guess she didn't drink enough blood. Her heart and liver is failing.
Who?
Don't the heart depend on blood? I don't understand.
Okay, Mercy. It
There's some
just says
holes in
Mercy
this.
Brown vampire incident.
So she's just known for this.
Yeah, I think she's just known for this. I don't think she's
Oh, okay.
anybody
When did this happen?
special.
When in history did this happen?
1892.
Oh goodness,
Oh,
that makes
Jesus.
sense. 1900s.
In
Okay.
1892.
1890, so right before the 1900s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think there's more to it. We don't got time for it, but I don't think she was anyone special. Just somebody back in the day. Her dad thought she was a vampire. Burn her heart and liver.
Isn't that when people thought people were witches and stuff like that? So actually,
Salem witch trials was before that.
Yeah, I
but,
think that was way.
but people,
That was in the
people,
1700s.
people probably still thought that.
Probably.
yeah,
honestly.
but they didn't like sit there and burn people at the stake.
Yeah.
Early
They
1900s.
probably wanted to.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, for real. All right.
All right.
Do we got another one? Today I learned when a cheetah only has one cub, that cub almost always dies of starvation. The
Dang.
nursing demands of a single cub do not stimulate the mother sufficiently, and she dries up and the cub starves.
That's some cold stuff.
That is
Man.
foul.
Man,
Like,
So-
how is that not stimulating to the cheetah? Like, I only had one this time. I
because
want
she has
more.
like freaking 10 teats and only
Yeah.
one of them's being used.
That's
It's
some
like,
jacked up
"Come on."
stuff.
Like,
That's jacked up.
right,
Yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
a savage mama. Like, what?
I mean, it's not her fault, but I'm saying, like,
Like, why?
evolution hasn't fixed that.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not ingrained into them yet. Like, what's taking so long?
Maybe they don't care when. I mean, I think you know, you have it's mind over matter, right? Your body has. They would have to say, I actually care that my child dies, but maybe they just think again, survival of the fittest, and so when the
Yeah, I was gonna
child
say,
dies,
maybe
it's like
to them it's not. Well, maybe to them it's not worth the time to only raise one cub. You know what I mean? Like they'd rather be out doing other things. But if
'Cause
you had
they're
two or
in
three
packs,
of them,
right?
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
had two or
so-
three of them, those 2-3 can grow up and protect
And
you. in the
also,
some
future.
craziness.
cheetahs are like some of the weakest, or is like one of the weakest cats when it comes to like the bigger cats.
Oh, is it? Okay.
They like against like lions, pumas, and everybody else, they would get their ass whooped by damn near every single big cat.
Okay.
wow,
The only thing that they have going for them is
Their
their speed.
speed.
And that, yeah, they just get away.
They can get away from things quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Savages. I'm sure they're not the only animal though. I'm sure there's a lot of them like that.
Yeah, probably.
Today I learned Derek Jeter not only holds the MLB record for most postseason games played, but he holds the record for most games played at one defensive position without ever playing another, having played 2,674 games at shortstop and nowhere else. Dang.
That's my captain. Hey, I wore the hat and I didn't even know. I didn't even know this was on the show
I
today.
figured.
I didn't even know.
I know
Let's
you
go
like
Yankees. That's my man. That's Captain America right there. That's Derek Jeter, the
Derek
greatest
Jeter's dope.
baseball player of all time. Only
He's
reason
actually
I'm
one
a
of my
Yankees
favorite
fan. Yeah, I'm
players,
only a
too.
Yankees fan because of Derek Jeter. I started watching like at 7 years old, just playing shortstop, won the World Series and everything.
That was my
I'm
position.
sold.
That was my position in baseball most of the time was
Yeah,
shortstop.
the shortstop is hard,
Yeah.
man. You get them ground balls coming at you fast.
You gotta be quick.
Yeah, you gotta be quick.
And that's the reason why Derek Jeter is one of my favorite players. If I like the Yankees, it would literally be the same reason as you.
Yeah.
It's literally because of him.
Derek Jeter. Yep.
Wow.
So I hopped on Derek Jeter. The Yankees has been history ever since.
But since I like more players than the Braves, you know, that's the reason why.
Oh, so is your team the Braves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Atlanta Braves.
Before they won the World Series?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of course.
All right.
It's always been the Braves.
Yeah, and his family, which is funny because his dad is a Dodgers fan, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dope.
It's mainly. I think it's because of my sister. Honestly, my sister likes the Braves too, and she's always wanted it to be. She's always like opposite of my dad. Whatever my dad likes.
Yeah. He's a
tries to
49ers
do.
fan. She's Green Bay, so she
Yeah.
probably was upset last week.
Oh,
Yeah, man, definitely. But then, so for her, so she introduced me to the Braves, and I started like getting. And so that's when I was really playing baseball. So I started getting into the Braves.
Dope.
So, yeah.
Congrats to the Braves, huh? Won the World Series.
Yes, sir.
Give it to them. Give it to them.
Okay. Oh yeah. This is the time.
It's
That-
time.
Well, let us know if you guys like any of the Today I Learned. I feel bad about the cheetah. I
man.
feel really.
No,
I'm just thinking, I'm sorry. What's the extra nipples for then? Like you just got them and you can't even use them.
Yeah.
One cub, you know what I'm saying?
It must not be worth her time or something, honestly. And then it's just a survival thing. Like, I gotta protect myself. You're on your own, buddy.
Man.
You can't make some
That's-
milk for your cub. I'm
that's
sure they
crazy.
grow a lot faster than humans. Shoot, we gotta do that for like
Yeah, but
a
think
year
of again
or
since they're so.
we ain't gotta do
since-
it for a year.
Like
You
I
know what I'm
said, like I said earlier, since cheetahs are one of the weakest cats, like they're always open to be,
Yeah, they're always
messed
on
with.
the run.
So they can't just sit there and nurse one child. They're like, man, this is gonna.
Yeah.
I can handle losing one,
Yeah.
but 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
different.
man.
All right.
But yeah, anyway, let's go to creative of the week. So the creative of the week is one of my friends I grew up skateboarding with, and his brother Fabian. His name is Jimmy Irvin. He has a song called Flowers.
He does videos too, don't he?
Yes, he actually.
And he skates?
Yes, he skates. I don't think he skates anymore, but he used to skate a lot, and I hope he still does skate because that's one of the people I grew up skating with. But yeah, he's a skateboarder. He actually makes his own beats. So all the beats that you hear from him, he makes beats for other people himself. He edits. He records himself and mixes his own self, and he actually films and edits his own videos. So he does a lot.
Jimmy.
Shout out Jimmy Irvin. He's a really dope dude.
Didn't you do a video with him recently or no? Didn't he edit
No,
a video for you?
that was our mutual friend Ziggy.
Oh, okay. I get them confused. Irvin, Ziggy, I don't know why.
Yeah, Ziggy, because I guess it both ends with a Y, probably.
Yeah.
But Ziggy, he's also a super dope skater. That dude's crazy, and he makes his own beats as well, and and he raps. And now he's pretty much like the protege of Jimmy. That's pretty much what he is. That's who he hung out with to start creating beats.
Okay.
So,
okay. All right.
Shout out to Jimmy for Ziggy.
Sir.
So here we go.
Excited for this.
Keep catting, you gon' get clawed. I'm going through the wood like a saw. I grinded for the P and got a new rod. Hit her and make her quit like she got a new job. Tried to tell them they didn't listen to what we say. If the streets made it home, it still wouldn't be safe. I think I had the same dream as Luther. I done got another whip like Kunta. You ain't that hot, you mild. Watch what you say, bro. Hey, I got the fire drip. Volcano. She said she in and I was gone. I disappeared and she didn't notice like a house phone. I need to watch my health, I'm not gonna lie. I be smoking so much, my iPhone high. You ain't talking about money, click, Dow tone. And I come from a place where niggas die faster than a phone. Bought some glasses just so I can focus on the wealth. Been at the top so long I started talking to myself. They asked if I'm done grieving and I said no. I love Kiki like a cop love his dog. Fucking with my ops, so she ain't worth it. All them clowns at your house, that ain't a function, that's a circus. I think easy, not hard, that's what I'm gonna do. They like fuck how the Jordan was made, they just want the shoe. I love money cause it don't cheat. Only time money break my heart is when it leave. Why you mugging? What I do to you? I got 3 eyes cause the burner's looking at you too. Hey, Wanna play, I'll be the first to score. Tell a nigga what you wanna do like we bored. Communication key, just listen for me. Every time we argue, she flip it on me. Look, go against this city, you losing. Bakersfield, hell, I think I seen the devil on Union. I be forgetting they hate to hear the truth. Bro think I suck, well this girl do too. Riding 4-door, used to have a coupe. Car so cool, everybody saying look at you. If the love real, then I'll see it clear. Just give me my flowers while I'm still here.
Well, that was Jimmy Irvin right there. That was called
bars
Flop.
on that.
Man, he has some real bars on that.
I was feeling that.
Yeah. I was when I was looking through which song I wanted, and I came across that. I was like, he has some really witty bars in there.
Yeah, he does. I like the one about the clowns at your house. It's not a function, it's a circus. That's my favorite bar.
That one, and then I think I saw the devil lurking on Union.
Yeah, I saw the devil on Union.
There's a really deep meaning to that for me.
Okay.
Like if you think about it, you know, Union's the place in Bakersfield where everything happens. Is right in the ghetto. All the people get shot there. You have prostitution there. You have all kinds of things there. It's drugs. So it's literally like hell.
Yeah.
So
okay, I see that.
See?
Yeah.
So that's a dope bar.
Ironically, there's a lot of churches on Union too.
Yep.
That's
a lot of motels.
At the same time.
I've seen them. I was like, what is
It
is that?
It is a lot of churches. Yeah,
churches, motels,
liquor
gas
stores.
stations.
Yeah.
Liquor stores and probably gun stores. So,
That's Union.
yeah, weed shops, all that. So
He did well. You guys go ahead and say.
That's
Did
like
he do the damn
Yeah,
thing?
he did the damn thing.
I think he did the
was
damn
spitting
thing.
bars on that.
He's spitting
man.
bars.
That was dope.
Really,
I like the video production
the
too.
video
Oh
production.
yeah, video production was the best. I would say hands down.
Yeah.
Only thing I would kind of criticize, if you don't mind me, one time, Jimmy, is the vocals being mixed on the beat. It sounded like it was just layered on top of it. It's got to, mesh a little bit better. But the bars were fire.
Yeah, bars were fire. I would agree with that. And the video was edited dope. I like the NFL Blitz big head that he did.
Yeah,
that was funny to me. That's tight.
Or the Fila.
The Fila logo.
Yeah, he
like
does
that.
good work, man.
Yes, sir.
So,
creative. Good job, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
So that's our creative of the week. And I think we're about to head out this thing. So you want to take it away?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and sign out, guys. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, do all that. Drop some comments, man. Let's get active in the comment section. We'd love to have some conversation with you guys. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We'll see you guys next week, same time. Until then.
Deuces.
OMG. Where we keep going cause the party don't stop. We turn up, doing our thing, just living our lives, and we don't stop. Open mind group so you know we won't flop. We on top. Come to the party, you don't wanna